funny because we got the phone propped on top of the soul juice, man. There it is, man. What's going on, world? It's not necessarily a truancy hour, but it is another. Hold on, man. Let me zoom. Am I too close? Let me adjust this. Real quick. I want to put it like right there. I don't know if that's good or better. I can't even tell you. I'm just out here. I have to turn the lighting on, man. It's funny. I'm low key better off going to the cliff. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go over there. We'll see if I should go over there. It's a public bench, man. Why not? It's a public bench. I know it's low key after hours, but damn, I ain't been eating too good. I was gonna say I'm not been drinking too good, but what I mean by that is I seen these. At work we got these coffee grinds. I forget exactly the brand, but I take that shit and I pour like enough where the bottom is, kind of full or whatever. And I just be, man, don't tell me if they close off the bench, I gotta walk back up. I don't think so. All right, we good. But yeah, I go over there, man. I do my little thing, you know, pour the hot water in that drink. This is at work. This is the workplace conversation, and I'm doing that shit. And yeah, man, that shit it'll get me right in the morning because on one hand, I get a large cup of coffee. So mind you, what I'm explaining is, you get that large cup of coffee, you know, put the hot water in that shit. That shit be saving me money, man. That should be saving me money all day. I don't know what to tell you. So I urge everybody to save themselves some money any way they can, bro. Any way that they can, bro. You know? So I don't know. We'll see. Let me put this right here. This might work. All right. There it is. That might work. It's as good as I'm gonna get it, man. If you look up, I had a vlog where I was just pretty much, going through like King County, so like Bellevue and Seattle or yeah, King County. So I'm basically going through, and I put the Kendrick Lamar Luther song on it. But it was one of them days where I was like, just mob through, just enjoy the view, enjoy the sight, enjoy the peacefulness of the East Side. Go back home, and then I don't even think I went straight back home. I think I went all the way up towards Beacon Hill, got some food, brought it back. It was one of those, man. So, but anyway, I just same spot. For those wondering, like I probably was wearing the same gear that I'm wearing right now. Um, but yeah, man, shit's crazy. It's one of those days, man. And we got the Seattle joint. Oh, you can't even see it. Got the black S, man. The shit crazy, man. Like that's it, man. Anyway, multiple cups of coffee. Each cup I take is saving me another $5 to $7 that I normally would have paid. My last job, I was getting paid so much, especially with overtime. I used to go to the coffee machine a lot. I used to find a way to do an extra hour here and there. And then we had this new regional manager that cracked down on all these, like, hey man, don't do too much of these hours. Don't do too much of this and that. Matter of fact, while we at it, let's do it like this. Let's see if that setup is good or not or better. And we posted up right here, man. So I'm gonna just be here for the time being, man. I can't go to sleep. Basically, I'm not blaming the coffee. It's a bit, I have things I need to get done. I feels like I need to get some things done, some stuff worked on. But I'll be chilling on live, man, until anyone wants to drop in. So until then, I'm gonna be thugging behind the school building. There it is, man. So what we got right here, the Jaime Garcia Reserva Especial Toro. That Toro. We gonna see what it's looking like right here, right now, exclusively, right there. We chilling all the time, bro. All the time. My coworker, he said something funny. I was telling him I don't work that many days. But I am trying to get more days. If I'm being honest, I am still trying to get more days. But he's like, you only work 3 days. He's like, damn, you rich. I was like, I wish, but I'm fortunate. I would say that's much. I don't got a fortune, but I'm fortunate, and you know, comes a point in every person's life, every man's life, especially, the well runs dry. The well runs dry, and I'm looking forward to standing on my own. Not that it's the right thing to do, but it'll come a time. It'll come a time. It'll come a day, and I ain't scared of it. You know, that's my issue. That's my issue right there. But yeah, there it is, man. Also, anyone that's dropping in the chat, I see people come in and out, but if you let me know if you can hear me or not. That's the biggest thing. I always need feedback on that. Unfortunately, I always need feedback on that. So that's my problem. But other than that, man, we gonna spark up. Jaime Garcia, Reserva Especial. We're gonna see what it's about. We're gonna see. But other than that, we're doing all right, man. We living all right. Can't complain. Every now and then a certain thought cross my mind. And you know me, bro. Probably like 6 p.m. every Thursday, we drop them truancy hours, and right on time. I always make sure that clipped in. I always make sure that, like, you know, the same energy I have in that is being broadcasted, excuse me, and projected. The honesty of that's one thing I don't want to rob the people of. They don't need nothing from me. There's no telling if I have anything to offer, anything to give. But one thing I don't want to rob people of is the honesty of who I am, even if it's a learning lesson. You understand? If it's a learning lesson of, me being too honest, me being too emotional, me being too open, or whatever that might be, even if that's a lesson for someone to learn from, I want to do that. That's just me. And I'll sit there and I'll have the words of some of my current friends and coworkers and past friends, coworkers, and classmates, and I'll have their words ringing through my head throughout the days, throughout the week sometimes, and I realize, like, there's a bit of, but they struggle to grasp me or whatever, and that's fine. I think I realize, like, I just am who I am, for better or for worse, man. For good or bad, for better or for worse. Now let me know if you can hear me. That's the other thing. For those dropping in, I ought to make sure the mic is on too. For those dropping in, appreciate you guys dropping in. But it's just one of them nights I can't sleep right now, and I probably could go to sleep. I just don't feel like going to sleep right away. It's just one of them. Streets is calling me. Go outside, record, do a live like you used to. Find some place to post up. Someone told me to come out here, and I was like, do I gotta be here? Let me see if the other locations are open. So I went out there. That was just my thing. But yeah, that's where now we're here right now. That's where we at. So I appreciate you guys dropping in, man. Actually, I don't. 3 cups of coffee. I don't know if I exaggerated. With 3 cups of coffee, but it was about, yesterday I had 3 cups of coffee for sure. Today is probably the same amount. Probably the same exact amount. And now we got that Reserva Especial. Oh snap! Also, the trash can lid got popped off, so I don't know if I'm hearing leaves rustling or rats, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm tripping. See what's going on. I need to know, bro. Hey, anybody dropping in? Show some love. Let me know if you can hear me through the microphone or not. Yes or no. Just let me know if you can hear me on the microphone or not. Just let me know, because I ain't trying to be talking for too long. Come to find out, it's been muted. You know, I'll be hot, but it is what it is. You know, you chilling tonight. I'm gonna be chilling here for about an hour or so. You know, I'll be chilling here for an hour or so. Should I throw it in the queue now? I don't know. Oh boy, it's burning. Yeah, yeah. I might start migrating my efforts to something a little more smoother. You know, if not go, I ain't gonna say cold turkey, but go full Michael Jordan mode. You know, fully lock in and yeah, man, I'm about to fully lock in, get some Michael Jordan shit going, and really knock out, you know, real life activities. You know, I've been doing that this whole time, just living a real life, and you know, I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't know if this helps anybody, but there's certain apps that I use, and they tell me how many days I've been opening the app and putting the work in. So one of them is like I open it, I have to open it once a day and read like a it's like an affirmation, I guess you would say. And then there's another app I'm using Duolingo, so I'm learning a language. So the thing about that is learning the language. I do my practices about 2 or 3 times a day, 10 to 15 minutes a day. I don't know if I might be exaggerating, 5 to 15 minutes a day. Depends on what the app is asking of me. And, you know, I think as of today or this morning, I'm at day 50 of learning Japanese. And I think I'm at like day 100 of reading affirmations. So I started doing the math. I was like, that's about a month and a half of learning a language. And that's about 100 days, which is about 3 months and some change of learning, or you know, just self-affirming the body, mind, body, and soul. My bad. Who we got up in here, man? What's going on, man? Oh no, I can't even read that from here. Bora Gigantes. I appreciate you. Let me know if you can hear me, bro. Appreciate you dropping in. Brajiru, the Brazilian man. Hey, man. Obrigado. Thank you for dropping in. Obrigado, man. Appreciate you, bro. You know, I don't know too many Brazilian or, you know, Portuguese words. I don't know too many Portuguese words, but let me know if you can hear me, my guy. Let me know, man. So yeah, that's the other thing too, man. I've been sitting there the whole time. I just been doing, you know, some gaming and some push-ups. But that's what I'm saying. Like I had, it's something that's like it literally reminds you every day, not only to participate, read or whatever, um, each of the apps, but how do I explain it? It tells me each day that I complete something, which is pretty dope. Who we got, man? Drink, Snapple. Where you from? From Seattle, man. Where you guys from, man? Appreciate you dropping in. Where you guys from? Damn, why did you get, man? Don't hit me with the stuff. I gotta review it now. Set. We don't bang no sets, my guy. Ain't banging no set, man. You know, I always say I represent God, man. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Hold on, man. I'll show that. Bam, there we go. Ain't banging no sets, my guy. It's all love over here. There's one love over here, and I'll tell you what, man. I represent God. That's the most. You know what I mean? I stand on my own, my guy, and much love to anybody. You know, all my homies growing up. Portland's better. Hey, Portland is nice though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Portland is nice, man. You live out in Portland, man? Portland's nice. It's nice out there in Portland, my guy. I like it out there. Let me know if you're from over there, man. I like Portland. Low key, I wanted to move to Portland too, man. It's really nice out there. You live out there, bro? Too nice. I can't troll. Too nice, can't troll. Hey, but why would you troll in the first place, man? You know, and you know, the thing I always say to people who would troll in the chat, past, present, and future, is like the energy you put into trolling somebody. You know, you could do the same thing creating something. If not, you know, you might be even, you know, it takes a few seconds to troll. It also takes a couple seconds. It takes less than a minute to pump out some push-ups. So there's a lot of other things you could do with your time. So I always say that's the way I look at it, man. You know, but you know, I say all this to say, in turn, if anybody ever tries to troll you or get under your skin, You got to look at the positive stuff, man. You got to look at the positive stuff. You got to look at the spiritual side of stuff. That's all it is, you know. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Um, sometimes everybody want to be valued for their shit, you know. I pride myself on just trying to be a gentleman, if anything, or just be righteous. I was telling a coworker today about that. I was like, I'm trying to stay righteous out here and positive as much as possible. It ain't easy, but doing my part. Sometimes you got to save your own energy. So hopefully that makes sense, my guy. Hopefully that makes sense. If you let somebody get under your skin, it's your fault, brother. Yeah, that's the fact. That's the fact. That's the thing. Well, that's my thing, man. It's like, I used to think about that all the time, man. People would try to get under my skin growing up. Pause. And it was interesting because I was like, hey, man, whatever you think is going on or what do you think is supposed to happen, it's not going to happen. I'm going from point A to B. I got places to be. I got somewhere to train. I got things to do, things like that. So I always minded my own and kept on pushing, man. And I hope the best for you, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, why, in the first place, why would you troll? What's going on with you that would make you want to troll other people or go out of your way? Because trolling and stuff is fun every now and again, but you're really being less than yourself when you do that. So, what makes you want to do that is the question. You don't have to give me an answer. That's all it is. It's so funny. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I appreciate you guys dropping in. Thank you guys for being here, man. I just can't sleep, so I just decided, like, hey, man, let's spark that joint. Spark that cigar up, man. What's that boy name? Jaime Garcia, Reserva Especial. Keeping it like that, keeping it that way, and yeah, man, staying on my own, doing what we got to do. Yeah, man. Call me. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? Yeah, man. Can't sleep, bro. Can't sleep. So I'm just out here chilling. That's all it is, man. We're chilling right now, bro. Hope you had a good day and good week. You know, it's been I'm gonna say it hasn't. It's funny. I was talking to my friend. I was like, she was asking if it was snowing or raining over here in Seattle. I'm like, not. It's been raining, but like when it rains, it's either like light or it's like storming. And I've been asking all my people in the Midwest. I've been reaching out to them every now and again, and I'll be like, you guys trapped in the snow right now, and we got it good, man. We fortunate, we blessed. So there's not much you could do, but just be grateful. That's it. That's where I'm at, bro. I'm telling you, we're exercising that gratitude every day. People say the same. Hey, people say the same shit at work. Like, bro, you too nice, man. You too. There's one dude. Hey, my guy. Man, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to dox nobody. But every week he just kept bringing this subject up. He was like, bro, you're so calm. He said, man, nah, man, you gotta be too nice. You don't gotta be thankful all the time. Because the thing is, we would get free lunch, and every time I would see one of the chefs that would cook the free lunch, I'd be like, hey, chef, thank you for the lunch. Like, thank you for the lunch. I see like the head chef. I was, hey, thank you for lunch. I try to go out my way and just say thank you as much as possible. I said it to one dude. He's my friend. This dude said, bro, I don't even cook that shit. He said, I'll wash the dishes. That shit cracked me up. I was like, bro, but listen, you're a part of the team. I just want to thank someone part of the team, and I happen to know you better than them. So I'm always gonna be thankful, man. So anyway, the weeks kept going, and then my guy that I work directly with, one of my coworkers, he goes, "You're hella calm, bro. What the da 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 da?" I leave work. I'm wearing this Can't Fold T-shirt. Shout out to the Cartier family. Cartier family, no rain, no flowers. I'm rocking that T-shirt to work. He said, "That's a fighting ass T-shirt. Goddamn." I'll come back next week. He said, "Bro, you're too calm, man. You look like you could just talk with the manager, chop it up with him, and he ain't gonna get mad." And it's funny, he's right. I do be chopping up with the manager because the manager's like the most mad person on that floor in that area. He be mad all the fucking time. It's just funny. He's a good dude to me. Like I don't see anything bad, but I guess everyone has bad experiences with him. But he's a good guy, and I be chopping up with him all the time. Every chance I get, when we actually chopped it up today. Anyway, I think next week my guy's like, bro, you look like you beat a lot of people's asses. Pause. And I was like, listen, man, nah, it's not like that. But we started talking a bit because he comes from wrestling experience. I come from boxing experience. We started talking. It's just like, when when you put a lot of energy into working out and shit, and just like actually doing things, man, you chill out because all the testosterone's being used and put into something positive, if not working on yourself. And some people be looking for the quick, self gratifying or the whatever moments, and I think that's where people lose. Well, they lose themselves. They lose the temper, right? Just on a normal basis. So that's the other thing. Also, thanks guys, because that lets me know that the microphone is working. So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. That's a good sign right there. But yeah, man, I be thinking about that shit sometimes. And another thing I've been thinking about is people that's been keeping tabs, man. Shout out to the people keeping tabs. I low key got a fan base of creepers, and I fuck with that. I was like, I fuck with this low key, man. People just really, you know, just be following my every step and move. I was like, that's crazy, dog. People be having shout out to all the people with multiple accounts being creepy. You know what I mean? That's one. Two, shout out to all the people that's like staying close by, trying to run up and see me in person. That shit is weird, but I'm like, you know what, man? I don't got shit to hide. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm not representing no negativity. You know what I mean? But that's how it be, man. I'm very mindful of that shit because, I'm not religious, but the devil will come with a smile and I'm saying, an offer you can't refuse, so they say. I think about that a lot, man. I think about guys I grew up with, real hood dudes and real crazy activities, and they kept me away from the shit. They kept me away from the life. And the people that tried to draw me into it, man, they was no good for me. They ain't no good for nobody. I start really looking at shit, you know. I'll be peeping shit, man. Another thing I thought about today, maybe I'll expound on it right now. It's really interesting, man. One thing I thought about today, really strongly, pause, was like, and you got to pause to catch them things. It's how do I explain this? It's like I'm 32 now. I'm at a point where I should be, so how do I explain this? I'm the youngest of my cousins, like within my generation and in my family. I'm so used to being the youngest. You know what I mean? So I always like to lean on people for advice. I like doing my own thing, but I'll sit there. I'll lean on people for advice. All the time. I'll never stray. And the other thing is, if an old head wants to talk to me and explain something to me, or an OG, I'll never deny deny being the audience. I'll always listen. In more recent time, I constantly get treated, like I'm in my 20s, which isn't bad. It's not a bad thing. But the point I'm making is like, I'll be sitting there, man. I'll be listening, and then you got some people, some old heads, some OGs, and they mean well, but they ain't got much going on in their life. So they start treating me like, if let's say I start succeeding in a certain way, they be like, yo, so and so, whoopty wop, James Bain, whatever, he learned from me. I'm like, oh damn, he doing that shit. Like, he needs credits. So you got old heads that'll sit there. You got anybody, old heads and anybody, whether it's my age or not, they'll sit there and run their mouth. People will sit there. It don't matter if they're talking, life stuff, politics stuff, don't matter what it is. They be like, yeah, they learned that from me. They got that from me. And I'm like, I'll always give credit where it's due. But some people, they act like everything they do is pedestal related shit. And I start peeping that shit the older I get. I've been seeing it, but I started seeing it more. And what I'm saying is based off my age. I be forgetting sometimes. Like, man, you ain't that young boy that's learning and soaking up game. You got a lot to offer and give. So I gotta remember, I gotta check motherfuckers too. Let people know, man. You want some goofy shit? Let some old people know, hey man, that funny ass shit. I don't need to be hearing that shit all day. Fuck all that. That's where I'm at. Yeah, man, I just thought about that shit. Let me enjoy this smoke, man. Anybody want to drop in and say what's up? Say what's up. Motherfuckers playing I Spy all day and night, man. It's like that sometimes. And it's love, man. How many degrees is it there? Let me, you know what, bro? It's probably like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. How many degrees where you're at, man? It's like 40 right now. So it's actually not that bad. Because I think freezing point is like 32. So once we start getting under 30, that's when it really starts, The human body's got to start adjusting and be like, bro, what's this? You know, that shit fucked up. But now we are 40 degrees right now, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It ain't so. See, the thing is, it ain't so bad. But for me, I get cold easy. You know, even like little DNA tests and shit told me like, hey man, you're gonna suffer from getting cold easy and shit. Like there's an actual term for it or whatever. It's like a term, like excuse me, a medical condition or whatever, like something that runs in the family. But you know, we come from tropical people, so that's why, you know, we're island people at heart, like literally. So that cold weather be hurting your boy. It ain't so bad where my joints is hurting. I don't have that. I'm not that old. I hope to never get that old. I gotta stay whew, healthy. You know, we just gonna stay healthy. But this joint right here, you know, cigar force your boy to sit down and relax for once, because I'm over at the house just rolling around in bed or just sitting in the chair. That's uneven. You know, trying to figure out like what work I should get done. Like we got all these hours in the day before it's midnight. Let's get something done. But it's not even that important, really. But I be thinking about that shit, man. I've been reflecting on everything. I think I'm surrounded by some good people, man. You know, I think it means nothing, but for me, it means I feel like I have to just give people their props when I see them. I got to congratulate people. I don't, you know, we got one guy at work. We clown on him all the time. I'm not gonna say his name, but it's like he's a good dude, and he's trying his best. But I think, you know, people get so used to dunking on him and making fun of him, and we all do, and we all joke around with him. But he's a good guy, man, and I see him trying his best every day. He's trying his best. You know, it doesn't matter if he's trying his best to relate to us and talk to us, and even do the actual job. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, man, he's trying his best, and maybe he's not meant to be here. I don't think anyone's meant to be there, but the man is trying his best, and like I just want, I'm gonna give him his props, man. He might not understand it. He's a little younger than me. He might not understand it though. Goes well with the good. So here's the thing though. My bad. I gotta look in at the name. Bora Gigantes. Bora Gigantes. Gigantes. Is it Gigantes? I don't even know, bro. Gigante. Gigante de Le Paso. Um, here's the thing. So, my bad, bro. I forgot already. Bora, bro. I stopped drinking in 2023, 2023, and my goal was I have 10 more years. I'm gonna stop drinking for 10 years, and then when I turn 40, I'll start drinking again. So you're not wrong. I just can't do it right now, which kind of sucks. But hopefully, by the time I'm 40, maybe I'm still doing these live streams, and I'm gonna prop up my phone. I'll have a cigar and I'll have a glass of wine, you know. And I'll, you know, because the other thing I wanted was like, I don't know if you're familiar with like the smoked old fashioned. You know, get that smoked old fashioned. They put the little boop boop on there, a little wood, whatever, you know, cherry wood, you know, cider, whatever the fuck, the little pieces of little wood chips and all that. Burn that joint, a little, you know, citrus peel twist, bop, throw it in there. That'd be nice, man. Getting a nice little smoked old fashioned in a cigar. So one day I am gonna hit a little cigar lounge, get my cigar going, and if they got drinks out there, I'm gonna be doing that. But that's when I'm in my 40s. You know, right now in my 30s, I'm gonna lock in. This is what it looks like when I'm locking in. It's a lot of you know, reflection. It's work and reflection, but the work took a setback because it's literally when I stopped drinking, my mind started to, I don't want to say re-alter, but like readjust itself. And I started really like realizing certain people in my life, friends, family, and everything. And I went through a weird, you know, what's the word, bruh? I went through a phase of like, I'm just not really rocking with people. I'm very wary of people. I'm not really rocking with them right now. And then I think in more recent time, like especially this week and this month, well, yeah, this month, I'll say this month, like start of this month, because we're like 14, 15 days in, 2 weeks in, I really started having a come to moment. And I was like, you know what, bro? I love people too much to hate them forever. You know what I'm saying? I love people too much to hate them forever. I love people too much to cut them off forever. But I just love people from a distance now, man. You understand? So the stopping the drinking and then taking a year away from that put me in a weird state where I felt real low. Like I had to really reflect on, why am I feeling this low? And then, you know, I was like, you know what, man? Every time I had a moment like you see right now, where I felt like I needed something to do. I need something to do. I need to spend my time doing something else. Whoop de wop. I'll go out to the bar, or I'd ask friends, "Are you available to smoke and drink right now?" You know, filling the gaps of time with people to spend time with and shit. You know. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with some people, but we're gonna get fucked up. We're gonna be under the influence. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better chill, man. They bugged out right now. Bugged out right now. Across the street, gas station across the street. It used to pop off right here, man. Right across this way, right here. Oh, this the street right here too, man. We off James right now. We off James Street right now. It's always going down on James. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And it's always been like that. But yeah, the energy still be here, man. That's the fucked up part, man. I was telling my friend about that. My guy from down in the LA state, the Louisiana state. He from down there. And a lot of time, oh man, they about to kick this fool out. Hey, don't bring that shit here, man. Oh, it's going down right here. Hey, go around. Go around. What's he doing? All right, bro. They gonna sit there the whole time. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if that car's following the bus or what. That's crazy. What's going on? Tell you, man, it's always on this street, man. To be in them spots in the little pockets of the city. You know, where I was born and raised, and yeah, man, it's like that. Yeah. Shout out to the boss at our job. Shout out to the manager. My guy from Philly, and he you know, he done seen some shit, and he was trying to get up out of that for the longest. Growing up, he was talking to me about that shit a long time ago, since I started there, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you know, I seen that bullshit my whole life. I'm like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I ain't dealing with y'all. I ain't living with y'all." Ooh, he knew early. Problem I had growing up was I was so accustomed to this shit. I'm thinking I'm, you know, live and die in my neighborhood. But, you know, you really start seeing the world. You really start seeing more of the country. And I start thinking like, damn, bro, there's more to it than this. And every city got a situation like this. Every city got a person like me and a person like the next person. And we all feel the way we feel, but there's more to the world. There's just so much more to the world. There's also parts of the world and there's like portions of the world where like that shit's not even happening. You know, these tendencies, these normalcies, if you will, they're not even happening. They're not even. It's an afterthought. It's something you think about, and it's just an afterthought. It might have happened to you, but it's an afterthought. People, it happened to you. Ain't not much you could do about it. You was either powerless at the time or just whatever. You're just not that type of guy, and you just move on. So I started witnessing that shit, and I was like, you know what, man? Ain't nothing wrong with being just straight up just human for once, man. There's how many billions and trillions of people on the planet. There's really a small percentage of live ones, and you know the real motherfuckers is either dead or in jail. So all the time I keep running into people that bring up some real shit about me, and always I had a homie that he congratulated me all the time because I'd always check on him. My guy was homeless. I sent him some money. My guy was down bad living at his mom's house. I looked out for him. I checked on him. I went over there, broke bread with him, bought food for him, looked out for him. I'm not saying this to up myself, but the fact that I wanted to take care of my friend, he just always bigged me up, man. He's like, "You a real motherfucker. I don't care. Nobody say." And I was like, "Man, I just want you to be careful because, like I said, all the real motherfuckers dead or in jail. So I just don't want you to, you know, compare me to all those other real dudes because it's almost like you're wishing death, if not jail, on me. I just want people to know, man, this is just human being activity. I just want people to, you know, look out for each other, man. If that's a real friend that you consider a brother, feed that motherfucker whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if to this day, that shit break my heart because I don't know if he's dead. One of them people I lost touch with because it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's my guy. I love him to death, but I talk to him long enough, my energy starts going down. I'm like, damn, bro, I can't even talk to you no more like that because my energy is gonna start dropping. you know. And I just lost touch. And then every now and again I get a wave of emotion like, yeah, I miss Brit. Hopefully he doing all right. But I don't know, man. He was dying and he was jobless. He was barely. I don't know. He was trying to make ends meet, getting fed here and there, and I don't know if he's alive sometimes, man. I hope somebody went and tried to save him. I feel like a lot of people are not gonna let go of him, but I don't know, man. I low key, I'm not making enough money like I used to, but I might. I thought about it. I was like, something tells me my life's gonna be a little better if I stop entertaining certain people. And I think life did get better, but life also got lonely, and I have to get through this phase just to find out, who the real friends are, who the real people are that just I'm happy to be around, and they go out of their way to make me happy too. You know, they can respect my energy, and because of the past events of me, dealing with people that brought my energy down, I'm very mindful not to bring my friends' energy down. So, and that's the trade off, right? That's the trade off because I don't want to bring my friends' energy down, people that love and care for me, but at the same time, you know, I'm not opening up. So it's kind of weird. It's like a weird trade off, man. Because it's like, what's really going on with you? I don't even know how to really talk about it without bringing the room down. You know. So that's the sad part. You gotta keep that shit to yourself to a certain degree. But and we self-assess and self-therapeuticize. I don't even know if that's the right word. We self take care of self, man. It's self-care. That's what they call it. That's all around self-care. And it ain't easy. It's not for the weak, and it ain't easy. It is. And it's like that, you know, because what's interesting is like when people say, "Oh, we don't live in a man, that's just the way the world is. We don't live in that type of world." Of whoopty wop. People say that shit, but I'm like, I'm not saying that they're wrong or they're hopeless, but I will say, yeah, but that's just one part of the world. That's just your part of the world. So, you get outside of that, you'd be surprised. Back to that. So I know guys that never lift, they barely leave the state. Okay. You got people that barely leave the county. That's one thing. You got people that barely leave the city. And you got people that just be stuck in the neighborhood. And I say, bro, God bless all of them, man. But I gotta selfishly live for me now. That's where we at. That's it. Gotta live for me, man. So one way or another, one shape, one form or another, man, I try to maintain my peace. And it look like this, man. It's one of them intersections, one of them parts of the city that still gets the next door alerts when the shootings go off, man. I walked past one of the spots right now. And I was telling, I was telling my guy from Louisiana, because he was like, damn, how long did it take you to get here from Kent? I said, wait, what? I don't live in Kent. I still live in Seattle, in the neighborhood I was born and raised in. He said, well, how long did it take you to get to work? I told him the time. He said, where's that at? I was like, man, I'm like a couple blocks from MLK. He's like, okay, it's nice over there. I said, I mean, it's nice now. It used to not be so nice. So we started talking. He said, damn, that shit, he said, it sounded like the neighborhood I grew up in. I was like, yeah, probably. I was telling him, I was like, the block I live on, it don't matter, man. You go east, you go southeast, you go like northwest, you go west a little bit. There's a memorial all around me. It's like some type of memorial. You start going a little south from where I'm at, south, a block west, etc. Right behind me, like a block up on the other side of this block, my homie got murdered right over there on them steps. You know, shit. I mean, man, people that got yapped up and just beat up right here on school grounds. Kids getting killed on the school ground. That corner store right there. That gas station right there. The amount of kids, there's like one man and then two young men that just died right there. Another person got hospitalized. You know, it's just like it's always some form of bad energy, and it's just like it's weird, man. So, you know, he was talking about, oh, they cleaning it up. I said, I mean, I guess you could call it that. And he was telling me his neighborhood. He's like, it's funny, man, because the people who are trying to clean up the neighborhood, they get killed where he's from. And I'm like, see, that's exactly why, you know, I'm ready to leave the country, because at the same time, I'd be in peaceful areas. I'd be in you know, areas where it's like I get a level of peace and quiet. You know, I'd be around some, you know, just some regular, you know, white people, some foreign exchange Asian students. That's what they look like. At least I could be wrong. And we just minding, you know, I'm minding my business. Just whether I'm on the computer drinking some coffee, I could be anywhere, any of them type of spots on the, you know, the east side of King County, Bellevue area, Kirkland, whatever the fuck, just away from all of it. I could just be away from everything, just be in the most peaceful spots. Nobody's bothering anyone, and then just me looking like me being who I am at the same time, whether it's energy, whether it's just a look, whatever it is. And I've also wore a suit, and the same thing happened to me. And it's just there's always somebody that goes out of their way, try to fuck with me, and I'm like, yo, man, they try to rile me up, get a reaction out of me. You understand? Make me turn into the stereotype that they think I am. They want to see that activated. It's always someone or something. Sometimes it be your own people. Sometimes it be other people. Sometimes it be police officers. So it's like I value every single moment that I get peace and quiet. I don't necessarily remember them all, but sometimes I look back. Like I revisit a spot, like right here. I'll revisit a spot by the lake. I'll revisit the same cafe, or sometimes I even revisit certain corners and intersections where I just sat there and read a book, and the police hopped out and harassed me. I revisit certain areas, and I'll still be like, you know, I had good memories here too, as much as I dealt with some negative shit. So I try not to lose sight of that. But again, the memories aren't always there. But I try to remember, like, hey, as I'm still here, there's a lot of things to still be grateful for, because at least I'm still alive. You know, it ain't easy, but and that's what I be thinking about, man. People want to kill you just because you exist. You didn't have to do nothing to them. You know, you didn't have to do nothing to them. People want to kill you because you exist, or they want you silenced because you exist and you talk. Maybe it's just deadly. So just be careful with that shit, man. And a lot of people can't say they have that in their life's resume. You know, that's the sad part. A lot of people can't say they have that in their life's resume, and a lot of people who don't have that in their life's resume, they always try to talk and console me, and I'm like, it's hard for me to listen, because I'm like, man, y'all just don't understand, bro. Like I just be having to live through this. You know, my own friends, they want and they need me to be the worst version of myself sometimes, and I'm like, nah, I can't even do that. Can't compromise righteousness, man, just to appease some level of being hard or being tough or being real. That's someone else's standard, not mine. You understand? So, like I said in the beginning of the chat, man, like I don't represent no sets, I don't represent no gangbang. Some brothers like lynching, I just watch them hang, so on and so on. Oh damn, that thing ripping. It's just like that, man. It's just like that. I don't know what to tell you. It's just God with me, man. It's just God, man. I also like to say that, what do you represent, man? I represent God, man. God keep me alive this long just to humble me, I guess. I don't even know what to tell you. You know? And for my people that don't believe in God, let me speak to you. I'm not saying this in a bad way. What I'm saying is this: if you don't believe in God, you better believe in yourself. And if you believed in yourself this long and you're still alive, that means you kept yourself alive this long. Your power, your own inner power kept you alive this long. And that's a beautiful thing, man. You should thank yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should thank yourself the way God fearing people, God loving people like me, thank God. I'm just happen to be, giving the thanks and praise to a power source outside of myself, a universal source, to say the least. But people should thank themselves, man. People should thank themselves more too, because you have the power, you know what I'm saying, change your life. Keep your life alive, man. Keep yourself alive and change your life, man. That's that simple. But we at that age, bruh. We just gamed up. That's it. You know what I mean? Gamed up and living life, man. We staying, be surprised, man. Motherfucker meet me. They think I'm about to be on some rah-rah shit, but it's like I'm real spiritual, man. You know? I be tapped in so much, man. Be careful. Be tapped in so much, man. Them dreams be hitting me too, man. I be getting them deja vus, man. DJV. Deja vus be hitting your boy. It's crazy. Shit, people thought I'm playing games. They thought I'm trying to flirt with a bitch. I was like, nah, bro. I'm telling her, like, I don't ignore dream shit. You just sound like you got the same kind of issues, maybe, but let me tell you some shit. And people be thinking that way. I be going through it, man. I'm telling you. Just because you ain't got it, you ain't going through it, don't mean I'm not. Doesn't mean it's not happening. It happens, man. It happens, man. But yeah, I'm leading with love, man. I'm leading with love. That's it. That's my shit, man. You know, you go on my channel, the description will be like God, love, and nature. That's what that shit say. God, love, and nature. That's what that shit say. And it's just like, hey, that's my other revelation, dog, off nature. Because my thing with nature was I'll sit there, I'll hug a tree, I'll talk to some animals. I'm one of those. You know what I mean? And a lot of times the motherfuckers will talk to me first. That's the other thing, man. Nature will talk to me before I go walk up and talk to it. That's the other crazy part. A lot of times I don't even go on my way to try to, I've went out my way to try to communicate with nature, just to understand, wants, needs, and even neutrality. Because, sometimes trees and like a boulder will have a level of neutrality if you think about it. That's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? But that whole thing right there, man, it's I look at it like this, man. I started thinking like, why do I keep attracting this negative energy to me? Am I perceiving the world as it wants to bring itself to me, etc.? Whatever. And that's one part of it. But the other side of it is like, it's everybody talk about aura and shit, aura and energy and shit. And a lot of times because I'm striving for something or I'm removing myself from stuff, just like in nature, man, you will attract certain things, man. I mean, think about this, bro. If a snake sheds its skin, depending on the environment, man, that is nutrients. If not, it attracts something. Like people know that something was there. It keeps certain people away. They're like, I don't understand why the snake is shedding its skin. I don't know why that elk is shedding its antlers, shaking it off and growing some new ones. I don't even know why certain mammals shedding fur, trees, leaves come down. You know what I'm saying? The trees, shit like that. But everything feeds off of what is either dying, the dead aspect of it, or the life aspect that's blooming from it. So in terms of the life aspect, I could speak in that for myself because there's something, sometimes blooming within, energy wise and thought wise, spiritual wise, soul wise, if you will. And a lot of time, and love wise, just in general, like just within myself. I'm not trying to gas myself up, but I'm trying to search within that. So I know it's growing, pause. And my thing about it is it does attract people, man. You know what I'm saying? So they say like a moth to a flame. So it is like a fucking wolf will walk up to a bonfire. The wolf can handle the snow, don't get me wrong, but let me get by this warmth. And I see people by and I'm willing to kill motherfuckers if I need to, but I might get some meat, some food, some sustenance. So sometimes you attract some predators. Pause. People that are not necessarily alpha, but they only know how to kill for sport, if not kill to eat. Just mentally, you know what I'm saying? I'm just using an analogy. Some people are like bears and shit like that. And you attract that sometimes, man. So even when you're shedding skin, you're developing yourself. You understand? If you were a calf in the wild, developing yourself, going into a stronger, even if you were a calf turning into a strong elephant, a lion would want to hunt that down. But they would wait till you're a bigger piece of meat to chew on, pause. They would wait for that. They'd want to see that. They know what comes with that. Like, even wolves and shit, certain wolves, they like, how do I explain this? There's an analogy because they do this a lot where the wolf will like, they see a human being dying. If it's scared, yeah, they're gonna kill that motherfucker or whatever. If you're in the territory or whatever, they'll kill you. But most of the time, they be minding their shit. But if they know someone is like on its dying days, like if they see a deer or some shit in the woods, they see a human being in the woods, and that person is like slowly dying, I'd be like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna take him out his misery. So there's other. That's what I'm trying to say. There's other aspects about that. Where people, there's a perception, but people, humans, we're different, man. We be fooled all the time. We getting fooled all the time, bruh. Yes, sir. It's late. What are you doing out now? I'm just smoking until I get tired. Yeah, I had like 3 cups of coffee down there, so, and I had about well, yeah, I had like three. I'll say like two and a half, if not 3 cups of coffee. And yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm just go out here and just chill a bit, just reflect. I started really thinking about everything that I was getting done in the past couple months since I decided to lock in, and I got a lot of work done, man. I got a lot of work done. I'm doing a lot of development within myself, and I was like, man, it's a lot of changes. Like whatever happens next, I'm gonna almost damn near be more than prepared for, and it's kind of scary, but it's also cool. Yeah, that's sounds like a vulture or a coyote more than a wolf. Yeah, right. There you go, coyote. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, it's like a, and it's funny because there's a, if you watch the Street Fighter movie, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, it's funny because Ryu is like dying in the desert, and then he looks up and sees the coyote, and then he passes out, and then when he wakes up, the coyote dies next to him. He's like, the coyote's dead, and he apologizes to the coyote because he was willing to offer his body to the coyote. And then the analogy is like, he says, sorry, my friend. I thought I was at my I thought it was at the end. That's what Ryu says to the coyote. Ryu from Street Fighter. So he goes, sorry, my friend. I thought I was dying. I really thought I was there because he was willing to offer his body to coyote. Because he walked up to him, he stared him in the eye, and yep, that shit happened. But yeah, they'll take that shit out your, they'll take you out your misery. But anyway, I say that to say, as much as I'm tapped in with the, because birds visit me all the time. Like whether I feed them or not, there was like little birds that I would feed, in Bellevue. So I would just be throwing crumbs, muffin crumbs, and these little birds would come up and eat it. And then one time I'm like in my therapy session. In my therapy session, we got this big old window to the side of us. And then it's like the same little birds I would feed would just come by the window and start pecking at the fucking windows. And my therapist was like tripping out, like, what the fuck? I've never seen that. I just know that birds sometimes run into their own reflection, but they keep coming. And I was like, okay, let me ask you a question. Are they here when I'm here? Are they here when I'm not here? I was like, well, it's only happened like right now. And then it happened a second time. And I had to tell her, I was like, yeah, I just be feeding them. And that's just normal. Like birds always visit me, birds and squirrels and shit. And like every now and again, I'll run into a couple raccoons and shit. I'm looking for some right now. They're probably around here somewhere. But yeah, I just be getting visited by animals. So, but anyway, I say that to say, like, I've been tapping in with nature on that regard. But I realize like there's a, an unexplained, if not unseen nature of human beings and how they deal with each other. And it attracts, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's what I've been noticing lately in these past couple months. It's like, why do I keep attracting this negative shit that like, and the thing is, all these negative things that come towards me, I'm not trying to praise myself, but I will say, like, people that I thought I might have to fight or deal with, like, they ended up just being my friend. It'd be shit like that in public, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not trying to win people over, but I just lead with. I'm just trying to lead with positive shit, and I don't know, man. I just end up making friends that I'd be thinking I might have to just fuck this person up, and then all of a sudden we're just cool and we're talking, and I'm like, man, whatever you think you're gonna do today, do the good shit. There was a dude walking around with a dead bird in his hand. He walked up on me all crazy. He said, man, what you think, man? Should I go to my job and do this crazy shit, or should I go to church? I was like, you got the dead bird in your hand. You might as well go to church. I'm not a church going person, but damn, you might as well go. He's looking crazy. But yeah, so cut that off. My bad. We were feeding. My bad. Feeding birds for a bit, but then the rats started coming in for it. So cut that off. Oh, are you talking about the rats came by your house? Yeah, rats don't. Yeah, we have rats in our yard, but what's funny is the motherfuckers get snatched up all the time, which is funny as hell. But no, just in general, man. I walk down the street and I've always been getting visited by birds and shit. I'll be feeding them all the time. But yeah, we haven't had no rats in the house yet. We actually had a where the insulation starts coming out of the house. We got that checked just to make sure there was no rodents living inside of our like our little housing, like in the interior, and that got checked out recently, so we're good on that end. But yeah, you're not wrong. We be getting rats in the yard. It's kind of funny. You hear, hello, clumsy clairvoyance. Clumsy Clairvoyance. Your name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I feel like you've been here before. But I appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for being here. There's another clairvoyant channel. I don't know if that's the same one, but it might be a common thing, man. You know, it might be a common thing. So we'll see, man. Yeah. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Yeah. But still, I feel like you guys get like a lot more rodents in that area. I could be wrong. I feel like there's a lot more up there, man. Oh, my bad. I'm on the thing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're good, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. I can imagine, like, up in, was it B? Well, let me not dox you, my guy. My bad. But yeah, it's a weird thing, man. That's where I'm at with it. So I'm at the move out to the goal is to live, well, I don't know, on the side of a mountain, if not a river, and just live peacefully, man. When it's all said and done. Well, I ain't gonna say when it's all said and done, just sooner than later. I'll say sooner than later. Oh, my bad. Oh, uh, no, we don't get many up. Oh, okay, yeah. You guys get? I feel like you guys get raccoons up there though. I don't know if it's the same type of raccoons we have here, but yeah, there's so many raccoons around. There's times I have to tell people like that are like not this park but the other park I sit at. I be literally seeing like hordes of families of raccoons running. And I'm like, hey, I see you walking the dog. Just be careful. There's a whole family of raccoons over there. They're gonna defend the little babies, but they're not gonna know the difference, and you're gonna panic because you're not used to that shit. But yeah, we do get some rats here. Nice. We do get some raccoons for sure. The thing is, like, we have so many cats in the neighborhood, at least on our block. Them guys be getting eaten up, man. Them cats eat good. It's kind of funny. Those cats eat good. There's another cat that visits in our walkway. So we have like a little driveway, and there's a walkway that leads to it. But he just hangs out in the walkway all the time. So I don't know if he's looking for his old friend that passed away, because we had a cat that passed away. That unfortunately, we had to bury next door. But that was crazy, man. That was crazy. If you if you in Vancouver, if you have a window open, they'll get right in. Oh yeah, we leave everything shut. I see what you mean. If you prop a door open, oh, skunks. You guys got skunks up there? That's crazy. I don't know if it's who is it, man? It's he hasn't been around in a while, but Eternal Darkness. I feel like he lives in Alberta, if not another province that's probably farther up from you. But dude is locked in, like he's snowed in right now, to my understanding. He's like, yeah, it's just too cold, man. He's like, his only energy is just being spent on like work and taking care of the family. But it's cold as shit up there. I can imagine. God bless Canada. Yeah, man. That's the thing. I was just talking to my manager too about that shit, and I was like, he said he visited there with his wife, and I was like, you gonna move? You gonna move up to Canada? What you think? He said, I don't know, man. It depends how crazy shit gets here. He's considering it, and I told him my whole story for Japan, and he's like, I don't know if I got to that point when I was explaining earlier, but I was like, I'm too used to chaotic shit sometimes, and it's not good. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just something I realized. So I'm like, okay, let me just get the complete opposite, because that's the way I am. When I realized I probably should stop drinking, I just went cold turkey. I was like, I should probably just stop. So let me just stop, and then that happened. So, but I'm the same way with just the city life and the chaos of the city life. I'm like, you know what, man? Let me just get out of this shit. Fuck that. I don't need that before. And don't get me wrong. There's like country and like rural places I could probably be here, but I don't want to be in the States. You know, I don't want to be stateside. Not anymore. Yeah, Clumsy Clairvoyance, if you're still there, let us know. But yeah, that's just where my mental's at, honestly. Oh, you know what's funny, So like last night, I think I was like, what was I doing? I was listening to some YouTube videos. I was playing it in the background while I was recording Octopath, and then it was like 9 o'clock. So then I started getting worried. I was like, damn, I hope everything's good with Solarian. I started checking your Discord. I was like checking your channel, and I was going through all the channels. Every, every channel on the server, and I'm just like, damn, I hope What time is it? Like, is he going on at 10? What's going on? And then I realized it was Wednesday. I was like, oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. It's Wednesday night. That shit cracked me up. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was just thinking about it. I was like, because I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Is Silk Song Mondays? Oh shit, today's Wednesday. Wait, never wait, hold on. Silk Song is Tuesdays. That fucked me up a little bit. That's funny though. I have to really think about it. Yeah, so wait, Mondays now is Hades. Hades, Silk Song, Dragon Quest. That's a good lineup. That's crazy. That's a crazy lineup. And I was so used to I think I got used to Stardew, Silk Song, and Tactics. That lineup was crazy too. That was a really good lineup. The Stardew is fun to watch, man. It's real cozy. Nothing like watching a pixelated farmer, right? There's nothing like that. Nothing better than that. That's why I really enjoyed. Man, I was grinding on Moonstone though. Pause on that. I was like, that game was fun. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed that. And it's funny. I was recommending it to a kid that I work. Well, I shouldn't say kid, but it's like a younger dude I work with. I was like, you fuck with RPGs? He's, I haven't really tried them, but I'll look into it. And then I have another dude that I work with. Apparently, he doesn't go outside at all. He's like, I go to work, I go home, and I game. And all he's been playing is fuck, I forgot the name of it, but he plays hella RPGs too. Like he's another RPG guy, and he's played hell of them. And he was like, "Yep, Octopath is on my list. I'm gonna check out Dragon Quest." And he was just talking about all this shit, and he was breaking down all the Final Fantasies for me. And I was like, "Okay, that's crazy, man. You played hell all the Final Fantasies." You tell me how much he likes six. Everybody likes six, man. Everybody says FF6 is that shit, which I get, because I think seven's when everything changed. When you start going 7, 8, 7 and 8 really prepares you for like 10. 9 is like a like a callback, but then like 9 is like the best of both worlds, but then like yeah, that's when it all kind of switched. Six is yeah, I've been hearing six is the best. I might have to really touch base on six again, because I remember like four. I think it's like four, 3 or 4. I can't Twitch emote here. Oh yeah, it threw me off. 6 throws you sideways. Wait, 8 throws you sideways. 8 throws you sideways. Yeah, damn. That's the one with Squall, right? Squall and yeah, okay. 7 was crazy. I remember the time period that it came out. My cousin. It's funny because in our household, I think I told you the story. Me and my brother, we played Dragon Quest and Pokemon and shit. But then next door, my cousin was playing like Sonic, Final Fantasy, and all the other shit. He was playing all that shit, and then he was playing hella RPGs. And the thing was, he would come. This dude would like he'd smash on those games, and he'd come over and then play games at our house. And he would just keep going back and forth. That's all he did. He was like, "I'm just gonna stay here and play games all day." I was like, "Bruh." I was like, "Bro, you're coming to our house and beating the game on our TV. That's crazy." Squall, level scaling in. Oh, I see. Yeah. Leveling up is counterproductive. So the enemies match you. I see what you're saying. Is that what you're? Oh, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the way I imagined it. That's crazy. That's kind of tough, actually. That's kind of rough, right there. But yeah, I'm gonna play Octopath, and then hopefully I can, you know, I think I'll take my time with Octopath, but I'm also gonna try to complete as much as I can every day. And the reason why I say that's because before you know it, DQ7 is going to come out in February. So when it comes out in February, because they probably don't want us, it's Square Enix, so they probably don't want us to post the shit right away. I just want to be able to slowly play it and then probably schedule those out within a month or so. But I want to play 7 because it's a long game. DQ7. Yeah. You second, I might have to hit the piss right there. Mm. Yeah. Damn, bro. Ugh. Hey, so you want to see something funny? Let me know if you're still here. So I'm gonna show you something. So I'm happy you really pop in because for those that are in the chat, you see Soul's hold on, let me get in the light. You see Soul's picture in the live chat. Boom, right there too. We got the merch on too, and we got the merch on. I was rocking this today at work. You know, people be wondering what that is. You know, Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we got the Solarian hoodie. Got the merch, man. And that coffee, or yeah, the coffee mug got me through. JD's in the building. JD, man, I hope you've been good, man. Hope you've been good. Yeah. All right, guys, give me a second. Stay put. All right, my bad. Let me know if the mic is on. Let me know if the mic is on. The mic is back. Your boy just had to go to the side of the building. You know, I gotta retie my pants. Honestly, I was in such a rush. It's cold though. I'm not gonna lie. But JD, what's going on, man? How you been, bro? I heard. I don't know if you were going, but one of the tournaments got canceled, to my understanding. So that's kind of crazy. I'm gonna go off. Damn, man. Gotta untie my shit. Some bullshit. Gotta stay warm. Yeah. The thing, man. I was trying to overly tie my shit. He said, "You been chilling? How you been?" Yeah, I've been doing all right, man. Doing all right for the most part. Just I feel like I've been getting a lot of work days, which is good. You know, but I'm trying to utilize my time off as much as possible. Just game and record. You know. There we go. So that's what I've been on. Hold on, man. The reason why I'm off camera, I just gotta retie my pants. Forgive me. Nature calls. Forgive me. Yeah. Slow as hell work wise here this week. What's going on with that? I haven't been into Beyblade for a while, but I check for tournaments here and there. So JD, here's the thing, because people kept asking me, like, I heard you guys are doing tournaments on Sundays now. I was like, I'm not saying we're not doing tournaments, but I am saying that as much as we casual play, because more than 12 people show up, we'll just do like a mini tournament. And then usually Skin is there and he's really good at challenge. And if it's not Skin, it'll be Cat, Comfy Sleepy. So Comfy Sleepy is really good at running tournaments and challenge. So if you know how to do either of those things, we can run a mini tournament. We had like 24 people last week. This week, there's no telling, but it's been a hot spot, man. You know, we got some guys from up north. Apparently, they've been only Beyblading for a month and a half, but they have a group of people that's like 5 or 6 of them, and they more or less integrated with us. And I'm like, I was trying to, I didn't get a chance to explain it to them, but I was like, bro, we got a Tacoma group too, and it's a small amount too. And then it's funny because 4 of the Tacoma people came up. 3 or 4 of those guys from up north came down. Other people from the Tacoma group, like Zerno and those guys, showed up. Hella people just popped in, and it was like a 24-person tournament. So if you're ever around, man, if you just see hella people in the chat talking about, hey, I'm about to pull up around like 10 or 11, I would say just pull up too, man. If you got time and if you got the energy for it, it's no pressure. You know, never no pressure. My bad. Yeah, it's just quiet for you, Solarian. Yeah, yeah. I've been hearing that too because I don't know. I haven't heard from Rob in a while. You know, Rob, who's Tower Rob, who's in the chat, the other moderator, and I think he's on the same type of thing as you are on some entrepreneurial stuff. So I think he's been posting some of his work, like some of his work days and when he's actually at the job. But like for the most part, I think it's been the same thing over there too. You know, that's a good thing. Man, yeah, phone's at 10%. Might have to ash that. Get on now. But yeah, Jay, if you ever feel up to it, man, it's no pressure, man. I've been checking out your videos when you drop them, when you post them. You know, so I'm happy that I'm still tapped into everyone's channels. I've been trying to get more people's channels. Everyone's talking about their American Post. I'm like, send me the channel. I need to subscribe to more things. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I like meeting people and finding their channels. Everyone's trying to build them right now, which is dope. I really like that. So everybody's doing their thing. In fact, let me put that away. It's ashed out now. Pretty much. Phone at 10%. Yeah, I know it's kind of a long drive for you, so I understand. But if you ever have time, because Tay Boogie showed up with all his family and friends, and I was like, damn man, we're rolling deep today. And I looked at him, I was like, bro, we trying to do a tournament? What we doing? We do like a mini tournament right now. It's funny how that worked. Still got the plastic too. Yep, good. Yeah, it's no pressure, man. It's I've been meaning to reach out with people and see how they're doing, individuals here and there. I know Cody was trying to run a tournament. I think it was supposed to be Saturday, so tomorrow's Friday. And yeah, he had to cancel, I guess. It's kind of sad. It sucks. I wonder if he's still able to run it but he probably just doesn't have help or someone to give him a ride, which I understand. Different circumstances, different people, different circumstances. Shit, hold on. Yep, there we go. Good guy right there. You here? But just listening, playing some Overwatch 2. Oh, nice. Are you? Yeah, you're not live. I was about to ask if you're live. JD, you going live? What games you playing right now, JD? Sure, I got everything, man. All right, I got all my shit. Start walking home. Yeah. Playing Stadium All-Star 4. Okay. Yeah, lots of shit in my shoe. The fuck? Hold on, bro. It's alright, man. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah. Oh, shit. I realized when I zipped up, I covered the mic. My bad. But yeah. Yeah, my bad. I haven't been tapped into any games lately. I've been doing mainly RPGs, man. But there's this funny game I've been playing called Cassette Beast. It's literally Pokemon. It's literally 2-on-2 Pokemon. It might be 3-on-3 because I think there's an open slot, but apparently you can go live on it, or not live, but you can play online. So I've been wanting to figure that out while I go live. So I think my next run I'll do that. So I'll do Among Us live for fun. The thing is, whenever I do Among Us live, it's just people in the chat saying nasty shit, and I'm like, bruh, there's kids that play this game, man. This ain't right. So I might have to start playing that less because it's just nasty sometimes. But then, in general, RPG wise, Octopath Traveler, I'm playing right now. I just finished Moonstone Island. I'm at the wait for that Dragon Quest 7. So I play a lot of RPGs mainly, but we'll see, man. I'm trying to get back to because I really enjoyed playing Silksong. I just want to play more games that keep my hands active, and like you have to actively monitor the screen and be aware. I like those kind of games. Finished up Digimon. I finished up Digimon a while back, and then the scheduled videos were coming out. Pokemon was fun too, but Digimon, I ain't gonna lie, man, it's a lot of level grinding, and I put that shit on 5 speed, so I was trying to get through the game because I was like, I'm just trying to find a way to grind through this without putting too much thought and intelligence into stuff. I want to enjoy it as much as I enjoy the story, but also like I didn't want to get too intricate, and I wasn't trying to like 100% it. You know, I kind of just enjoy digivolving and unlocking new Digimon. That's all I care about, and seeing the whole decks with the whole library of them, whatever data entries. It's a good fucking game, honestly. It's actually better than Pokemon, which should be no surprise, but yeah, it's funny because Pokemon's getting beat out right now by Pal World and all that. Is that what it's called? But yeah, that's funny. But yeah, and I saw you were playing the skate game and Spider-Man. That was a while back though. I think like a month ago or so. Hey, dude, time is flying, man. Time is flying. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But let me know if you're still posting up. You haven't been live in a minute. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, let me know when what's it called? Or actually, I'll see the post anyway. I like watching the vlog that you were doing too. I was actually on the way to Tabletop Village one Sunday morning, and I saw you. I won't say what it is, but like I saw the video. Um, you, well, maybe I'll talk. I don't know if it's okay to talk about it, but you know, yeah, I don't know, man. We don't have to talk about it here. But I saw the vlog you posted, and I really liked it because I was like, you know what, man, you know me, I stopped drinking too back in like 2023. So congrats on that, man. If it makes you feel better, as long as you get something out of it, makes you feel better or whatever. That's always what matters. I fuck with that shit. But I'm trying to do something like that too. I don't know. I do the live stream so much. I'm trying to do videos where I speak less. You know, I'm trying to keep the talking videos to okay. It does feel good. Yeah, okay, that's good to know, man. Because it made me feel good. It made me feel like okay, someone else understands it. And I wasn't sure because the reason why I was worried because my thing is I'm giving myself 10 years and then I have the availability to do it again after 10 years. So I don't know if you're just cold turkey. So that's why I didn't want to compare mine to yours in that regard. But also, yeah, it's sensitive for some people, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, that's dope, man. That shit was dope. I'm really happy you did that. And it was cool to see you ride around, go to different places and stuff. I really enjoyed that. What I will say I'm really happy about is I'm seeing a lot more people take videos and record and vlog during Beyblade tournaments. And I'm like, yes, because I'm tired of being the only one posting in community content. I need more people to show up. And I understand life is lifing and paying bills and car payments and shit gets in the way. I get that. I get that and I respect that. But I'm like, damn, I need more people, to do it. I have a backlog of stuff that's like coming out every month. So I think the HMS tournament is the next video coming out, which is kind of funny. So, because that was like way back in, I don't know, it was like summertime damn near, which is crazy to think about. Yeah. Yeah, man. What percent am I at? I'm at 7. Yeah, I can live with that. 7%, I can live with that. Not too far from the house. Yeah, man. That's the thing. Yeah, I just need like there's guys that we know from tournaments and stuff. They'll post a few videos and then they'll kind of just fall off. But the other thing is, it's kind of crazy because I feel like most people are on Instagram and TikTok, and I don't have that. So like I forget sometimes that people are probably posting, just not on YouTube. Does that make sense? I always wanted to vlog at Beyblade tournaments, but I hate the feeling of like, oh, I'm recording, having my hand out. Oh yeah. But I'll take the little videos here and there. I mean, the thing is, I'd be hovering around. When I first started showing up, I felt bad. I felt so bad. I don't know. I feel like you remember this, maybe, where I was like, "Hey, what's your username so I can send you your personal video. Remember, I used to ask people, oh, hey, what's your username? What's your Discord? I just want to be able to send you the clip. And I would just send people their clips before I would compile them into a vlog of just battles, because it does feel weird. But there was a lady, I believe it's Zerno's wife, and she was asking, are you guys okay with it? And I just turned around because I was judging. I was like, honestly, you should just go for it, because everyone here pulls their phones out, and I always pull my phone out, and everyone's pretty cool with me doing it. So I'm pretty sure they're cool with you doing it. So I just think that more of us should do it. And like, I've done my year of Beyblading and Beyblade vlogging, so I kind of want to stop, if that makes sense. I'm still gonna play the game, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't really want to record and document it anymore. I think I've done my year of buying the blades. Participating, I still want to participate because it's a great place to enjoy, have fun and all that. But yeah, I think people won't mind. You'd be surprised. Yeah, people won't mind. Yeah. But yeah, bro, I can't sleep. That's why I just went out here, cheesed it up a bit, had a hell of coffee earlier. Yep. Back on the block. Let me check something. Okay, there it is, man. 3%. All right, y'all. Anyone here still hanging out, chilling? Appreciate you guys dropping in, saying what's up. I'm about to get in this house. Phone's about to die. 3%, 2% right now. So yeah, everyone that dropped in, I don't know, man. I just decided to vlog tonight, or not vlog, but live stream tonight, and that's it, man. All right, JD, peace out, bro. Thanks, Selene. Appreciate you, bro. I'll be tuned in on Saturday for sure. Backseat gaming, and just watching the progress. It's an interesting one because it's one-on-ones, but yeah, I like that. DQ1, man. DQ1. All right, you guys.